Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. JACALYN. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. JACALYN at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to USA Global TV, and hello to our friends listening on Business Talk Radio. I am Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, and we have a brand new show. This is episode 1. It's called Take Steps and Kick IBD. What is it all about? You're going to find out. I am a huge advocate for the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, and if you know anything about me, you know I have such passion in my heart for everybody at the foundation in the Philadelphia and Delaware chapter, and actually all over the world. Anyone whose life has been touched by IBD, it's incredible. I've actually dedicated my upcoming book to the Philadelphia chapter of the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation because they really helped me change my life. And someone else who's just as passionate as I am about it is a co-host here on USA Global TV. He is doing this show with me, and he is also a talking head, which means he's an expert presenter here on our platform. He's an entrepreneur. He's the founder of his own charity. He is an author. He is going to break this incredible Guinness Book World Record for weightlifting. I could go on and on. Let's bring him onto the show. It's Justin MIRIGLIANI. Hi there.
Hey, how you doing, Dr. JACALYN?
Hey, it's nice to be doing 2 shows with you now.
Yeah, it's a different type of show, but this is pretty cool. I'm excited.
It really is. It's so important that we bring awareness, and we've got a great guest backstage. We're going to bring her out in a moment. But Justin, I'd love for you to share with our audience, if they're not aware of your background and why this foundation is so important to you and Checkmate's charity is so important to you, please let our audience know a little bit more.
Absolutely. So back in 2002, I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, and I managed it with medication for quite a while, for 12 years, and never really went into remission. It was always something that I had to deal with, had to wear adult diapers for many years, and had to worry about clothing, having extra clothing with me. It was really tough, and especially taking trips. A lot of people don't realize what goes into inflammatory bowel disease. They think it's just a bathroom disease, and it's much, much more than that. In 2015, I was diagnosed with what we call high-grade dysplasia, which means my colon was really on the verge of colon cancer because of the constant inflammation over 12 years. So I had to have my entire large intestine removed, my rectum, my anus, and I have what we call a permanent ileostomy, which is connected to my stomach. It's my ileum that's brought to the surface of my stomach, and I wear an ileostomy bag. A lot of people don't know what an ileostomy is. It's similar to a colostomy. The difference is I don't have a colon, so it's my small intestine. Whereas some people have part of their large intestine still intact, they could have a colostomy. But I'm just so happy to be here, and really, the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation have done amazing, amazing things over the years, especially since I've known them. It's been exciting to be a part of a lot of events with them. So, Dr. JACALYN, as you know, it really is a big, big part of my life, and yours too.
Yeah, it definitely is. You know, when I was doing the intro, I almost started crying because it is. It's really hard. And I'm just, as I mentioned before, I'm just so grateful. And one of the people I am so grateful to actually introduced me to you. And she is backstage, and her name is Dawn Halsey, and she is the Senior Director of Fundraising, Campaigns, and Volunteer Engagement at the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. Let's welcome her to the show. Hi there.
Hi, Dr.
Hey,
Jackie.
Dawn.
Hi, Justin.
Hi.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
You're truly both IBD heroes. You almost made me cry too in the intros.
We're like, we can't do the show. We're all
Right.
crying.
And everybody will be crying.
Tissues.
But it is so personal. And Dawn, you've been with the foundation for a long time. Before we get into what is IBD and Crohn's and colitis and take steps, I would like to spotlight you and just have you share with our audience, what is your connection and why have you been with the organization for the amount of time that you have and you're so passionate about it?
Oh. Well, I've been with the foundation for over 24 years. Way back when my mom sat on the board, my sister, one of my sisters, was a patient. And when she was diagnosed, we knew nothing about Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis. My sister, was misdiagnosed and then diagnosed with UC. My sister had several surgeries and had a J pouch. And thank God, this is years later, she's doing well. But my mom said, oh, the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation is hiring. And I told them that you would interview. And I thought, I didn't even say I'm going back to work. I was a stay-at-home mom. So I actually went for the interview and I took the little girl I was nannying at the time, heard all about the job. And I was like, I need to do this. I want to do this. And I thought, it started out part-time, went to full-time. And I just really love the mission. I love all the people that I get to meet, especially people like you, Dr. Jackie and Justin, hearing their stories and helping them. It's been a journey for many patients. And to this day, people tell me their stories. I still cry, go to events and hear stories. And it just really touches my heart. And I love the fact that over 82 cents of every dollar goes back to our mission. And that's really, really important for us to, help find a cure and at the least put people in remission. And that's our goal, is to get, our patients to a remission and ultimately a cure.
Thank you so much, Dawn. You answered the question I was going to ask about how much of every dollar goes to research. No, that's perfect because people always are interested in that. And that's really significant. So thank you for sharing your personal story and the story of your family. It's, I feel like for me, I could not imagine ever not being involved with the foundation. It gets into your bloodstream somehow because of the people. And just the ability to help take away the stigma and alleviate some of the stress and the fear that people experience when they're diagnosed. So, Dawn, if you could share with our audience, what is ulcerative colitis? What is Crohn's disease? What is IBD?
Sure. So inflammatory bowel disease, IBD, is an umbrella term, and it's used to describe disorders that involve chronic inflammation of your digestive tract. The types of IBD include ulcerative colitis, and this condition involves inflammation and sores, ulcers, along the superficial lining of your large intestine, the colon and the rectum. Crohn's disease is the type of IBD is characterized by inflammation of the lining of your digestive tract, which often can involve the deeper layers of the digestive tract.
Thanks, Dawn. Justin, anything you want to add to that?
Dawn, what is considered the worst disease? I know that, as you said, ulcerative colitis is the lining of the colon, right? And it doesn't go as deep, whereas Crohn's disease can go deeper. But on the other hand, ulcerative colitis is curable with surgery.
It's not curable. It's I think people think it's curable. You can feel better, but it's not necessarily a cure.
With the colon removed, with the permanent removal of the colon?
There could still be, there's tons of patients that have surgeries and then, the ulcers will come somewhere else or, because it's such a large, from the top to the bottom. But I don't really think, it depends on the patient. Like I've heard over these, past 24 years, horrific stories for patients being so sick, and I think it just depends on the person and the disease. I don't think one is really worse than the other.
In the support group meetings that I've been in, I have heard of people who've had surgery and it's come back in a different place in the digestive system. Yeah, track. Thank you.
And that means it's Crohn's at that point, correct? Then the original diagnosis of ulcerative colitis is incorrect?
No, not necessarily. Like, so not only my sister, but I have my brother. I come from a very large family. My brother has 4 boys, and 3 of his boys are affected by the disease. One has severe UC, one has severe Crohn's, and one just has colitis. And I feel like they're all very different. I feel like, this disease, not necessarily everybody has the same symptoms, the same results as far as medication. That's why it's so important for us to educate people, support people, and fundraise, so that we can constantly find new medications that can help people be in some sort of remission, if not a cure.
And don't some of the diseases, other autoimmune diseases, use some of the same medications, like rheumatoid arthritis and Graves' disease, things like that?
Yes, Remicade is used for, when I first started at the foundation, we really never had any, biosimilar bio drugs. And, most people were on steroids, and then, all these new drugs came out, and Remicade was used for rheumatoid arthritis at first, and then we started using it for our patients. So it's really an amazing drug for some people, but does not work for everybody. Or we have patients who take these drugs for years. They'll call me up, and I've known them for the past, so many years, and they're like, the drug stopped working. What am I going to do? Mm-hmm. And thank God, through the foundation, all this research, we have so many more drugs available. And
Definitely. I was going to say, since I was diagnosed in 1991, there's so many more options for people than there ever have been. Dawn, I have a question for you, and then Justin, I'd love for you to comment on this. So over the years, as I mentioned, when I was diagnosed, I've heard so many times, you brought this on yourself. This is stress. You need to calm down. Now, none of us are doctors here, right? So, but you've been with the foundation for a long time. You've worked with many, many doctors. What are your thoughts about this, Dawn?
No, you did not bring it on yourself. I truly believe, and, you could look at go to the website, and you could look at, it's the microbiome, the stress, bring it on. It can definitely aggravate it. Diet, environment. So there's different things that can definitely cause, and it's genetic. So I definitely don't think it's something that you just bring on yourself from stress. I think a lot more people would be affected by this, and definitely during these times, right?
Definitely. I was just thinking that. Thanks for sharing that. Justin?
Yeah. Is it true that, I think I talked to Paul about this before, that the biggest segment of the population that's starting to really grow with the disease are kids up from, I guess, 6 to 18, somewhere in that neighborhood? Yes. Is that still the case?
It's very true. I do feel like part of that is due to, the testing and what we have available now to diagnose people earlier.
So is it that and the incidents are higher, or do you think it's mostly because we have better diagnostic tools today?
I think it's, like I said, it could be an environmental trigger. It could be, the diet. It could just be like genetics, I feel like that question, it could go either way, but sure. No, to me, I just feel like we definitely have grown and in our research, and we can definitely diagnose patients a lot easier. I'm sure even the whole process of a colonoscopy is so different today than way back when, right? And, all these other tests that we didn't have that we now have. We have blood work, which we didn't have before.
And Dawn, a lot of these enhancements, new opportunities are available because of the money that's been raised by people making donations. And the foundation, the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, has some incredible events. each and every year that not only do people have the opportunity to donate, but you get to have fun. You get to meet with other people and be part of this incredible community, and everyone makes connections, and you have like a new family that you never had before. And today we're going to talk about one of those events, which is Take Steps. And if you could share with our audience, what is your role with Take Steps and what exactly is it?
Sure. So I'll give you a little history here. So when I came over to the Take Steps side of the foundation, I really thought to myself, I don't really want to go to another just walk. I really want to go out, do research, see what other people are doing. And I came back and I was like, I'm going to take this event on and I'm going to make it a true IBD community celebration. Let's celebrate our patients, our families, caregivers, doctors, everyone involved with the disease. So that's exactly what we did. And, we've hosted this event, Jackie, at Citizens Bank Park. We walked the field. We had pictures in the dugout. We have live music, food trucks. Then the pandemic came along. We got creative. We did drive-through events, and we made these drive-through events fun, car decorating contests, tried to have some live music, interactive sponsors. And this year, in 2022, we're taking this event to a whole new level. We're going to be hosting this event on June 12th at Lincoln Financial Field, which is home of the Philadelphia Eagles, which is very exciting. They don't really have many events there. And everyone will come together. We have the whole plaza area, and we'll have live music again. Teams will come out. We'll have a great program, and we'll be honoring Preston Elliott from WMMR, Caroline McGlynn, Dr. Stephen Knack, and Ellie Katzen. And we'll hear their stories that will inspire everybody. And then we're going to walk down through the tunnel, out through the tunnel, cheered on by Eagles cheerleaders, walk around the field. Teams that are VIP teams will have the opportunity for a locker room tour, can have picture opportunities in the interview room, pictures with the Super Bowl trophy. And not only that, we'll have the Eagles drumline with us that day. Swoop is going to be there. Many, many sponsors, pharmaceutical companies, local GIs, hospitals, and our very own Dr. Jackie and Justin will be there. And they'll be recruiting people to be on this show, just like me. And you'll have a chance to see their green screen. And I really think it's just a great day to celebrate the community and raise money.
Woohoo! I am pumped up. I am envisioning
cool.
Justin and I going through that tunnel. Now, Dawn, you mentioned VIP. What do you have to do to be a VIP? Because we are going to do it. Tell us.
That's right. So everyone's going to have all those benefits. But if you get to the $5,000 level, which really is not that hard, raising $5,000, and our staff, myself and Lucille and Caroline, we're all here to help. And we'll get you that $5,000, and you'll be able to go into the locker room tour and the interview room and pictures with the Super Bowl trophy. I think it's just going to be amazing. There's all different ways to fundraise. I know Dr. Jackie, she has put on yoga, Zoom yogas for us. We have people that do Quizzo nights. We have people that put on their own golf events. We have team captains who strictly do social media. And when you're doing social media, I think if you post a picture, tell your story, tell your why, video yourself, people will stop to look at a picture or watch a video more than just read a post. So I think make it impactful. Do it, join LinkedIn, post on LinkedIn, Instagram. People do little things on Instagram, donate certain amounts, and then they cross them off. And we have a ton of ideas. Local restaurants. I mean, Dr. Jackie, I'm sorry, you have done several fundraisers and you do an incredible job. And I'm sure that you must have some ideas as well.
Well, thank you. And to your point, I just want to share that I did a post on Instagram, and I work out at Solidcore all the time. And a woman actually saw it. I wasn't connected with her. And she said, guess what? I'm a patient as well. And so now we're going to be talking about things possibly to do together, which is amazing. We do have the link up for anyone who is watching on all the platforms, whether you watch live or later. You can go ahead and make a donation. Any amount. We'll take any amount. And it doesn't matter where you are in the world. Just help us make that number. So my number that I'm putting out into the universe is $10,000 that we want to raise for Dr. J's Colitis crew. And Justin is my co-captain, and we will be there at Lincoln Financial Field broadcasting live. We'd love for you to come by and see us on June the 12th. Dawn, I know we have a clip that you have shared with us, and I'd love to tee that up. Can you give any information about it to our audience before we look at it?
This is just a promotional video that we put together to build the excitement and really let you know that we are ready to tackle IBD.
All right, let's take a look at it. Yes.
Now that is cool.
I have to give Paul, our executive director, Paul Geller, did it himself.
Did he really? Oh man, that's fantastic.
He did. He's amazing at that. Yeah. And we are the #1 walk across the country. Not only do we raise the most money, we have the most participants, and we really do. We have the best IBD community right here. But we invite everyone from anywhere to come, just to come and celebrate with us. And you know, our people, like we say, are 100% committed to finding a cure and to take steps in raising money.
Absolutely.
And Dawn, you know, you talk about how much of the money goes back, over 82 cents per dollar, but it's more than just research that it goes to, right? How about Camp Oasis, a camp for kids who have IBD? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So the money does go to research, education, support. Camp Oasis, it's a great program. I was here when it started, and just kids, you know, they can find people, friends. They make these friends for a lifetime that have the same disease as them or something similar, and they can connect with each other and they stay involved. I have watched these kids grow up, you know, together. They're in each other's weddings. They're having babies together. Their babies are best friends. It's just truly an amazing week away overnight camp for kids with Crohn's or colitis. And, you know, there's doctors, there's medical staff, there's psychiatrists, psychologists, and they, you know, they're just kayaking and zip lining, and you go there to visit. And I know Dr. Jackie came with me one year. It is just truly so inspiring. And it's just so great. You know, these kids, it's funny, they get on the bus and they'd be crying that they didn't want to go. And then I would go to take them off the bus and they'd be crying they didn't want to go home. It is truly a great, great program for our children.
It is. It was such a treat to be able to go and see how the camp is laid out and to see the kids there. And it's just this wonderful community. And Dawn, I want to just reinforce to people who are watching that everyone and anyone can get involved with the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. What type of volunteer opportunities are there, Dawn?
Oh, don't worry. We'll find something for you. So you can always volunteer at one of our events. As Dr. JACALYN said, not only the Philadelphia Take Steps event, we have a Spin for Crohn's and Colitis Cures event that we're always looking for volunteers day of. We have an Evening of Hope gala that we always look for volunteers. Ocean City Guts and Glory 5K. All these events, we need a lot of help: registration, setup, takedown, you know, helping direct people where to go. And if you don't really want to do day of events, you can help us do phone calls. You could help us do mailings. Whatever you really have your interest in, we will find a volunteer position for you.
Thanks, Dawn. I think I've done all of those events, and also Team Challenge, which was in Vegas. And I think it was a 5K, and I told myself I was going to run the whole thing, even though I didn't feel well. And I did. It was such a great feeling. I met so many wonderful people.
You are amazing. You really are.
Well, I just am so happy that we're doing this show, because as I've shared, I lived in shame for so long, because I don't think what people realize is, we realize it, but when you don't know how you're going to get to the bathroom, you don't know if you're going to make it, you are in so much pain. And then you have to deal with the shame and the diapers, and it affects you in so many ways. And then not knowing when you're going to get better, how you're going to get better. Is it going to turn into cancer? It's a journey that if you haven't taken it, you don't want to, but to find a community of people who don't judge, who just open up their arms and welcome you, that is such a beautiful thing.
There are several people who I've met through the years that have no connection, but they come and they see this IBD community and they want to be a part of it, and they truly want to help. And they are dedicated volunteers. And our caregivers, just incredible people who help their family members or their friends. It really is a true IBD family.
I think that's why the camp is so important too, because I was diagnosed at 27 years old. I can't imagine what it would have been like to have been in second grade or third grade and have this disease where I might have an accident in the classroom. I'm sure that happens, and it has to happen. So that camp really shows that, hey, I'm not the only little kid that has this. That's right. Huge for a child growing up.
Yeah, the camp is just amazing. Just their stories, and they can relate to one another. And I think it's really important at those ages. And, they grow up, they become LITs, camp counselors, and they wish they could come to camp forever, really. It's just an amazing program.
Thanks for sharing that. I want to put up the link to donate, and I'm going to challenge our viewers and our listeners. Of course, if you're listening, you're not able to see the banner, but you can go over to our YouTube channel or LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. But I'm challenging someone to make a donation within the next half an hour. I don't know if we'll still be on, but I'd love to recognize you, whether it's now or later. So please go over to this link and make a donation of any size. We will be glad to accept it and acknowledge you. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to watch a clip called the Earth Shot Prize. I really love this clip. I play it often because I feel like it has so much significance for everyone around the world. Let's take a look, and then we'll be right back.
Ours is a world of wonder. Every day it reminds us of its beauty. It touches us, teaches us, and astounds us. But it also warns us that what we throw away does not go away. That higher temperatures mean a lot more than longer summers. That we can no longer take life as we know it for granted. We are at a unique stage in our history. Never before have we had such an awareness of what we are doing to the planet. And never before have we had the power to do something about that.
My stomach issues make me want to stay home, but that's not an option. No matter how prepared I am, I still feel nervous. Enough is enough.
If this sounds familiar, the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation can offer you support and connect you with a specialist.
Don't keep your symptoms to yourself. Get help at spillyourguts.org today.
of fun, face painting. We're going to have superheroes. We'll have a program honoring Preston from WMMR and Dr. Neck, Stephen Neck, Caroline McGlynn, and Allie Katzen. And then we're going to all get up. Swoop will cut the ribbon and we'll start the walk. We'll all go down the tunnel, down the ramp, into the tunnel, out of the tunnel. Out of the tunnel, and we will walk the field. And those that become VIP participants who raise $5,000 will experience the locker room tour, the interview room, where you could take photos in there. If you've never done it, it is a very cool experience. Also, can come out of the tunnel, cheered on by the Eagles cheerleaders. We're going to have the Eagles drum line there. And we're just going to have so much more, so much fun. It really is a great day and truly like an experience that you would not have.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I just want to let our audience know, I don't remember what year it was, Dawn, but there was an event at the stadium just for volunteers and people on a committee. And I remember getting to the parking lot and I didn't know anyone. And Dr. Nandi was there. And Neil Nandi, he came out of his way. He came over to meet me. And then he let me kind of hang out with him as we did a tour of this stadium. It was really amazing.
Yeah, all that back, like things you never get to see when you're there.
Right.
And really, who gets to stand on the field, right?
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
and you're there with so many special people. It's amazing.
Justin, are you pumped up for it?
I am, and I was at the walk at Citizens Bank Park with my sister, my oldest daughter, and it was incredible just to be on the field and be out there. And it's going to be incredible to be on Lincoln Financial Field. That's just amazing. Who gets to do that?
I know and I'm really looking forward to my family joining me. I've reached out to them and they're going to come from wherever they are, different states. And speaking of different states, Dawn, you have so many great ideas for fundraising. I think starting right now, what we're going to put out there is we would love to have a donation from every state and also from all the countries where we stream. So we have co-hosts in New Zealand, in Africa, in Scotland, in London, and more places I can't really think at the moment. But if someone from each place made a donation, that would be so wonderful and meaningful. I'm putting up the link again. Justin, what do you want people to know about our team? We need team members too.
We do need team members. We need people to join us, to be out there on the field. We need people to donate so we can get to that $5,000 mark, or actually $10,000 mark for us. Mm-hmm. We're gonna bring that money in. I'm sure of it. And I mean, there are a lot of people who need this help. They need to find a cure for what they're going through, or at least get to the point where they're in remission and they can live a normal life. It can be very debilitating for those of us who have experienced that. You know what I'm talking about, and you never know when it's going to happen. Nobody in my family had Crohn's or colitis. I was the first one, and now I have two daughters, and the fear is there that as Dawn mentioned, the genetic piece of it. So to me, it's a race against time to make sure that they're okay. So we need money. We need people to come out and support us. So please do.
Join our team, Dr. J's Colitis Crew. And I also want to put out there are so many wonderful support groups that you can get involved with. There are some you can go to in person. Dawn, is the one in the Bala area up and running yet or not?
Not as of yet, but if you join or just go onto the website, Crohn's Colitis Foundation.org/Philadelphia. You could go to the Philadelphia chapter, or if you're somewhere else, just visit the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation website and search support groups, and it'll say what's your area, and we'll find something for you. And there's also that online support group. And people, like I know Dr. JACALYN, she does a virtual component to her support group. So it doesn't matter where you are. If you like to join Dr. JACALYN, she's amazing. I mean, amazing, and has really helped so many patients already. So you can join her support group, or you can definitely contact myself and I can help locate somebody for a Power of Two program where we can connect you with one person or find a support group for you.
Thanks, Dawn. And the support group that I run with Lisa Ellen is virtual, and it is the last Tuesday of every month at 5:30. Everyone is welcome. So it's a regional support group, and we also have a Facebook group that you can join as well. And something that I just have to share because I just want people to understand the impact. I was fortunate enough to be the honored hero. I forget what year it was, 2018. And I was on the stage. I was really sick. And afterwards, this young woman came up to me and she was nervous. And she said, I gave her a reason to live and to keep going on. And now she was the honored hero. And she's doing so many amazing things. And she's touching other people's lives and getting people involved. So it's like a domino effect. And I just want to tell people that you are not alone. And as Dawn said, there are people who have no relationship to Crohn's or colitis, but they're getting involved. We want you to get involved as well. Our arms are open. We welcome you.
Yeah. I know a lot of people when I was diagnosed said, what's ulcerative colitis? They had no idea what it was. Some people had heard of Crohn's, but even still, there were a lot of people who didn't even know what Crohn's was. So it was really, to me, it was something that I was so foreign to me. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. And you know, reading a pamphlet is just not the same thing as being connected with people. Right. So,
and over 3.1 million people are diagnosed with these diseases. So I'm sure today, you know, we see these commercials and we hear it on storylines on TVs that you really, if you tell someone, they're going to say, oh, my uncle has that, my friends, you know, neighbors, or, you know, somebody that they know. So today, I think, you know,
it's a different world today.
It's definitely different.
It sure is. Well, Dawn, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to spotlight you. And if you can share with our audience how people can get in touch, who you'd like to reach out to you, and what's the website for people to actually learn more and donate for Take Steps.
Sure. Please feel free to reach out to me anytime. My email address is dhalsey@CrohnsColitisFoundation.org. You can definitely give me a call on my cell phone, 646-276-1732. If you'd like more information on Philadelphia Take Steps, if you don't want to email or call me, please visit cctakesteps.org/Philadelphia. We are more than happy to help you sign up, get your team registered, customize a fundraising page for you. General information about the foundation, please visit CrohnsColitisFoundation.org. Our website is amazing. And seriously, anytime you can reach out to Dr. JACALYN. I feel like she's an expert as well.
Thank you so much, Dawn. I appreciate it. Well, I know you have a zillion things to do getting ready for the walk. And thank you for all the help and encouragement that you've given to me and for introducing me to this fabulous person, Justin.
Thank you.
All right. We'll see you again soon, Dawn. We'll be in touch.
We're looking forward to it, Dawn. Thank you for everything.
Thank you both. I really appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
Great
see you
to have
later.
you.
Bye.
Bye. And for anyone who's interested in the information Dawn shared about how to get in touch with her, it is in the promo that you are probably staring at somewhere on whatever platform that you're watching. So, Justin, I'm going to spotlight you. Who would we like to come on this show?
Well, we want people to come on the show who are patients, who have been patients for a long time or just diagnosed. We're looking for doctors who want to come on and talk about the latest advances in finding a cure for inflammatory bowel disease. We want caregivers to come on and talk about what it's like to help, especially parents of young children who have Crohn's and colitis. We want to hear those stories. So please, if you're out there and you want to share your story, you're not only doing it for yourself, you're helping so many other people when you share what you've gone through so they know that they're not alone. And that's anybody who's involved in any way. Please be a part of the show. We'd love to have you.
Thanks, Justin. And we know that there are a lot of very generous business owners out there who maybe would donate part of their proceeds for whatever offering they have to the Crohn's Colitis Foundation. We'd love to spotlight you as well and let you share with a new audience, potentially for you, what it is that you do and how you're helping to give back. Justin, where can people reach you? And how should people contact you?
Well, my charity is Checkmates Charitable Association, and we help the Crohn's Colitis Foundation and also the United Ostomy Association of America. And our website is www.checkmatescharity.com. And my email address is justin@checkmatescharity.com. My cell number is 610-324-5545. Please reach out. We're really starting to work on another event coming up probably in the spring of 23. It's going to be an NHL celebrity hockey game, and we're going to be getting some great NHL players out there, and we need players to join us. We call it pros and Joes. We need some Joes out there who want to, or Janes that might want to play. So please let us know if that's something you're interested in, and we'll have more information on that as we go forward.
Thanks, Justin. I love your website, by the way. I love seeing you on the ice. That is so cool.
Thank you.
It's a great video that you have there.
Thank you.
All right, we are going to sign off for today, but I do want to just congratulate you for not only being a co-host of 2 shows, but starting on the platform as an expert presenter, as a talking head. Talking heads are people from around the world who are experts in their field, and they have their own 30-minute show. And Justin is that person. So I hand select people to be talking heads. This is not available to everyone. It's only available to a small few who I know are very heart centric and at the same time experts in their field. So congratulations to you and welcome aboard.
Dr. JACALYN, thank you so much. And I'm really honored that you would allow me to have this position. So thank you very much.
Well, it's my privilege and honor. So thank you again.
Anytime.
All right, Justin, I look forward to chatting with you later. And by the way, Justin is featured in my new book coming out, Adversity to Awesome. I think I have, I hardly ever do any promos for me, but here's the book.
You should.
So, here's the book, Adversity to Awesome. We're still deciding on the cover. I'm going to put a poll out on Facebook when I think we'll have 5 covers, but Justin is going to have his own chapter in there and you'll hear his story in his words. So you can actually go right now and pre-order on Amazon. And as I mentioned, I did dedicate the book to the Philadelphia chapter of the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation because they really have welcomed me into their heart and I appreciate it. All right, Justin, thank you
again. Do a lot for them too. So it goes both ways. It really does.
It feels great.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Thank you, my friend.
You're welcome. I'll see you next time.
All right. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
And to our audience out there, I know most people watch us afterwards on the replay. I'm putting it out there. If you're in the Philadelphia area where you can get to the Philadelphia area, because I'm not there and I'm going to make the trip to get there to do this event. It's June 12th, Lincoln Financial Field. I want you on our team, Dr. J's Colitis Crew. I'm going to put up the banner, which I don't think actually has how you can join the team, but you can just go to this website and you can put in Dr. JACALYN KERBECK and you will find me. Justin and I want you on our team. You are going to have so much fun and you're going to get to broadcast with us from Lincoln Financial Field. So I'd love to have you there with us. If you're not able to make it, that's okay. You can do what? Donate. Any amount is appreciated. $1, $5, wherever you are in the world. I promise you, I will reach out to you personally and thank you. It means so much to me. Our goal is $10,000 and I'd love to have you on our team, whether you're there in person or you're there through your heart and your heartfelt donation. Thank you again. All right, we're signing off for today. If you missed any of our show or you'd like to watch any and all of our shows, you have so many options, but I'm going to direct you to 2. One is to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is USA Global TV. The other is to go to our website, which is, guess what? Yes, USA Global TV. Congratulations. We would love to have you join us as part of our family and support our wonderful co-hosts, our talking heads, and our team of elevated listeners. All right, that's all I have for right now. God bless you all. Thank you for being here. We'll be back tomorrow. Bye. Thank you, Dawn. Thank you, Justin.